So let's talk about that likability factor and how to come across likable to almost anyone. So how do you become likable? How do you do that? Okay, as cliche as it sounds, is you first have to like yourself. That's the thing. You first have to like yourself. But the issue is that a lot of guys judge themselves. Okay, they don't like themselves not because of who they are inherently, but because of who they measure up to somebody else. That's pretty much why some people don't like themselves, because they don't measure up to the standard. So they're comparing themselves. And so comparisons and differences is the core of the ego. So the more ego you have, okay, the more unconscious you are, the less presence you have, the less likable you'll be to you. So you have to understand is that the world is always a reflection of who you are. People react to you according to your internal model of the world. So if you notice how certain people always have fights, always attract fights, and then there are certain people who just never attract conflict, it's because if you're someone who has a lot of hate, you are going to attract situations that reflect that inner reality. So if you're someone who likes themselves, not because of who they are relative to your neighbor, but because of who you are in your core essence through the realization that you're not your mind, but that you're the one who's aware of being aware, and you accept that reality through living consciously, you're able to have this very likable personality. Now, so essentially, by accepting yourself, you give up trying to live up to a better image that you want to maintain. Because we want to be like this guy or that guy. As a result, when we see ourselves, we don't like ourselves, so we want to change. What we want to do is that what's really going on is that you're observing a factual fact about yourself, that you're either short or that you're either a shy guy, and you're labeling that as bad. I don't like that. So because you're labeling that, and you're observing that in yourself, what's going to happen is that you're going to develop negative emotions towards that personality trait. But what's really going on here is that your mind is creating an identity out of something inside of you that doesn't require to have an identity. It's just a personality trait. It's just a physical trait that you have. It doesn't need to be an identity. But what's going on here is that you don't like it, so you're not accepting yourself. You're not accepting it. So you try to suppress it through either working towards wanting to be someone who's better, trying not to think about it through having external stimulus, all right, or through judging yourself and making an identity of being the victim and making everyone the bad and you the good one. Like the world is bad, people don't like me and whatnot. So you kind of like differentiate yourself. So what you want to do is you just have to observe it. Observe. Ask yourself, what part of myself is not happy with who I am right now? What part of myself, what in me hates myself? Observe the one who's inside of you that doesn't accept who you are right now. You have to observe it. Just ask yourself, what part of myself is not at ease with this moment right now? And just observe it. You want to bring conscious awareness to the parts of you that doesn't like itself. Also, what's really going on here is that you're trying to live up to an image because who you are is not enough, right? So because you believe you're not enough, you don't like yourself. Again, it goes back to the same core of what we're talking about. You're basing who you are. Based on comparisons and differences, which is something that the mind does whenever you are unconscious. So in order to accept yourself, you have to realize who you are, that you're not the content of your mind. You're the one who's aware of the content of your mind. As a result, you're going to see that in yourself. You're going to smile. You're going to see all of these negative traits that you have about yourself. And you're not going to make an identity out of it. So you're going to notice yourself hating yourself. And you're going to realize that that's also the content of your mind. And you're going to observe it and disidentify yourself. You see? So once you do that, you're able to be at ease with yourself. You don't have any more expectations. You're not trying to live up to an image. You're not getting frustrated when you live up to the image. As a result, you don't fear fucking up, because in the past, fucking up meant having the identity of someone who is of low value relative to other people. Because fucking up meant that people reacted negative to you and you felt bad. But now you're not reacting to other people's reactions. So that results in you not losing any state. That results in you not losing yourself in the outcome of the things that goes on in your life. You see? So accepting yourself is not needing to change yourself, and fully being conscious of the part of you that's not at ease with who you are right now. You see? So acceptance is simply bringing conscious awareness. It's not suppressing. It's simply letting go of expectations and bringing it to the light of consciousness and just noticing all of this garbage that you have in your mind and just letting it be. So accepting yourself is just observing your behavior and qualities and not labeling it. All right? So once you accept that part about yourself, you don't mind how you come across. You don't care if some people don't like you. You don't mind. People don't like you, that's fine. That's cool. In the past, you reacted, but now you just smile at it. Not in a hateful way, but because it is what it is. Some people don't like you. That's cool. That doesn't change who you are. It really doesn't change who you are anymore. In the past it did, but now it doesn't. So you're not afraid anymore. You see what I'm saying? So once you have that acceptance, once you don't need to be like this or that, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna come across extremely genuine, extremely sincere and honest. All right, and people are gonna tell that by your simple hey, what's up, by your simple hi, and it's gonna be like a very sweet essence to you that's extremely magnetic because you're oozing acceptance. You're accepting yourself who you are. You're at ease with yourself, and that vibe is felt. And people, as a result, are gonna feel at ease with themselves in front of you. Remember, people like you depending on how you make them feel because of your mirror neurons. So because of that, because they feel at ease with themselves, because you feel at ease with yourself, you're gonna be more likable. And if they don't like you, that's fine. But the point is that you're not holding on to the good reactions because they don't define you as well, and you're not holding on to the bad reactions because they also don't define you. That's what acceptance is all about. So the whole point is that you just have to bring presence to everything that goes on. So you want to make this a spiritual practice. That's what I'm saying. Make all of this a spiritual practice. Grow from it. Use this opportunity to grow and not to judge and condemn yourself. All right. So in the next section, we're going to talk about how to practice presence in daily life, and how to meditate, and just how to develop a practice. Because the more you meditate, the more conscious you are on a daily basis, the more you grow in present, and the more powerful your actions are going to be. All right. So I'll see you in the next section, and we're also going to have some practice exercises that you can do on a daily basis. So I'll see you. Take care.